each officer level, I would say, not the employees, but at the supervisor level up to the site president level, how much time you spend related with safety is part of our annual plan. Each annual plan is, and the first topic on everyone's annual plan of each and every employee, supervisor up to the highest level, executive committee member, is safety.
Last but not least, Mr. Merlinar, what would you add to what we've heard this morning already about instilling safety as a value in an organization?
What I was thinking was we have to start educating even from the student level itself, what the safety is all about. In India, its buzzword today is the smart cities, and every city would like to know whether they are in the 98 cities or not. But nobody knows what the smart city is. But everybody should know what safe city is.
And Ms. Budworth, so we'll like to ask you a follow-up question relating to this. So maybe you have a different perspective because your organization delivers training to safety professionals. How do you view safety as a value proposition?
Well, I'd like to answer this from 2 points of view, actually. First of all, for health and safety within my own organisation, because we are a fairly small, fairly low-risk organisation. But I'm really echoing what some of my colleagues on the panel have said, that a lot of it is about your own personal behaviour as a leader in the organisation, because every conversation you have with your colleagues demonstrates really clearly to them what your values are. So if you are having conversations with people about, how many phone calls did you deal with today, it tells them that that's what you're interested in. Whereas if you ask questions which are related to their safety, their health, or their well-being at work, it shows that that's what you're interested in as an individual.
How would Johnson Controls handle risk assessments and manage the risk? And do they do it with a consistent approach throughout the world?
Yeah, in terms of risk, and I'll probably just take a little bit different approach, not focusing on risk assessment, but I will state if anyone is interested in risk assessments, Johnson Controls, I'll talk more about that subject in the breakout session this afternoon. But to look at it from a higher level, more holistic approach within Johnson Controls, we have what we refer to as an enterprise risk council, enterprise risk council, where health and safety is just one of several functional areas that actually is accountable up through the CFO, who oversees our enterprise risk council. That includes, of course, finance. It includes our mergers and acquisition, M&A activity, health and safety, risk management, and enterprise security. So we meet on a quarterly basis in terms of reporting up through actually our board of directors, where that's a standing agenda item, where we actually have a rating and we score all of our risks, not just health and safety, but those other 4 functional areas that I just mentioned. And based upon that rating system, very similar to a risk assessment, now the board of directors have a very clear picture in terms of prioritization, in terms of how do we effectively manage those risks.
Or does your company look at risks from a senior management level, or is it more in the functional area?
We have a system called Business Risk Management System, which, as Dr. Hill said, looks at health and safety, financial risk, the reputation risk, and so on and so forth. But this one is actually an escalating matrix, where you start off at the field level or the floor level and escalate with certain filters. Keeps on going right up to the board level.
It's an activity surrounding 45,001 that's in some incipient stages. Do you have any opinions on how that's going, what that might lead to, and if we should be waiting with bated breath?
Yeah, I think that we should be waiting with bated breath, because I think that's going to help guide the direction that a lot of people are taking with regard to risk management. So I think the help is necessary. Every organization may not be as well managed as these organizations up here are, and I think the guidance will be welcomed to the community.